Benders, and happy December. Today we're talking about underrated books that we love. So I do have a pile of books here to show you guys, but I'm also just gonna go ahead and flash pictures of other books because the majority of the underrated books I love are indie books. So let's get started. The first books I'm going to show you are ones that I feel like have not gotten enough recognition. I feel like these books need to be pushed more. People need to read them. There needs to be more, praise about them because they are just awesome, amazing books. So the first book I want to show you is a book that I absolutely adore. This is Touch of Frost, and this is by Jennifer Estep. This is a great paranormal, high fantasy, action-packed, filled with lots of fights, sarcasticness. I mean, has a character in it that you don't think would rise up to be a hero. The main character, Gwen, that's her name, I forgot, sorry. Gwen, it doesn't have she's not an all-powerful person and comes into like these super major powers. No, she has a very small power and she's trying to use it to her advantage. She's always in trouble, so this book is always filled with great, with great action and great drama. I think the love interest is what I really like about it. It's one of those love interests that isn't quite there yet. I mean, it's getting there, but there's always something pushing them apart, like literally. So again, it's a great story, high fantasy. It's just awesome. If I had enough money, I'd buy everybody that I know a copy of this book because it's just so amazing. So yes, give it a try. Go out there, read this book. It's so awesome. Another book that I really felt like didn't get enough recognition, and it was really awesome too, is called Something Like Normal, and this is by Trish Dollar, and this is about a guy who goes off to war and he comes back, and of course he's just grasping for that normality. So many things have gone wrong in his life between his parents and his siblings and friends, and even people. There are some rude people in there that don't feel like what he did was right, like going to war. I mean, they just really treat him so different, and I really love how he's grasping for that normality, how he's looking for that sense of peace and security. It's really raw. It's really, how can I say, just realistic. It's something that you read and you see through his eyes, and it's so hard, and you understand him and you see what he's going through, but it's just so awesome. It's a contemporary book and it's really great. I love it. Another book that I also feel didn't get enough recognition, and the second book just came out, Ashfall, and this is by Mike Mullen. I really love this book. I mean, this is one of those realistic books that is so scary that you want to put it down halfway through because you can't read anymore. But then again, you want to keep reading because this is so freaking awesome. I mean, this book is so realistic. I think with everything that they go through, the survival, them having trouble to breathe, to bandits, to people just turning animalistic, just to survive. They're stealing, they are forcing women, it sort of all resorts, it all how can I say, it all just goes back to, back in caveman days. There's gangs, there are people tricking people, there are men raping women. I mean, it is so it's just so hard to describe how awesome this book is, but it's also really realistic. I mean, you see this kid go through so much trying to survive, I mean, and everything. It's just, you think about what would happen if a volcano were to actually, to explode, how many people would die, and the food and the water and the air, and I mean, just everything. It's so hard to read it. And literally after this, I actually discussed with my husband about making a fallout shelter. I was like, babe, there's some rumors about 2012. I really think we should make a fallout shelter. And he just sort of rolled his eyes, and I was like, I'm serious. Something could happen and we need to be prepared. But I really think Ashfall needs to be promoted more. It needs to be pushed. It is just such an amazing, realistic book, and I think with everything that really happens within the story is pretty much similar as to what would happen, if that were to happen today. Another book that I feel didn't get enough recognition then, but is totally getting recognition now, is Tamara Weber's Easy. This is an amazing, raw, realistic story about a girl just trying to get back to herself. This story is about, rape, and it's really hard to read in the beginning because, God, you just want to fight, I remember when I was reading that scene, I was like, oh my God, I really wanted her just to, I don't know, get some powers and totally, beat the guy down. But it's such an amazing story, and it just got picked up and got published, so I'm really excited that it's on the shelves for everyone to read and for everyone to see, what an amazing story this is. There are a few other stories I want to mention that I feel that have just recently got picked up by major publishers, so I'm so excited to see them on the shelves. The first books are Slammed and Point of Retreat by Colleen Hoover. Also, Crash and Clash by Nicole Williams. And another one of the great series I just read is called Reason to Breathe, and I believe that one is by Rebecca Donovan. Go and check out those books. Those books are indie books. I believe you can still get them on Amazon. Most of them have, I think, two of them, the Crash and Clash and Point of Retreat and Slam. They've all been picked up already, so you can definitely find those in your bookstores. So if you guys have any underrated books that you want to recommend me, please let me know below in the comments, and I would love to hear your thoughts on what stories you don't think get enough recognition, or what books need to be pushed a little bit more. Also, next week on Spinebenders, we're going to be having, I guess, a question week. So if you guys have any questions for me whatsoever, any questions about books, about reading, or just anything bookish in general, please leave your comments below, or you can email me, and I will answer those questions next week. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and happy reading!